everyone for joining us here today. It's always great to see neighbors and friends gather to celebrate our village, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our flag dedication. To start things off, let's all rise and pledge allegiance to the flag. On November 3rd, 1937, Grantwood Village was incorporated. 7 years later, the soon-to-be developed Forest Haven joined the village, followed by Forest Haven West and Grant's Farm in 1966 and the Ulysses S. Grant National Historic Site in 1998. Our achievements, however, go beyond the expansion of our borders. We were the first municipality to contract with St. Louis County for police services. The Grantwood Village versus the United States of America Supreme Court case, which we won, is a landmark case in property owners' rights litigation. And in this time of economic uncertainty, we continue to operate free of debt. Most importantly, we are home to nearly 900 residents, with many households spanning generations. In other words, this village is home to families. Children, even grandchildren, move back here only to live down the street from mom and dad or their grandparents. Regardless of relation, we are a family of 863 people making up one Grantwood village. 15 years ago, where we stand today, we were breaking ground for our town hall. After 60 years of holding meetings at various locations, including trustees' homes, the lower level of the current Sam's Steakhouse, and the building behind Sam's, we now had a home to call our own. It not only provides a place to conduct business, but many residents have celebrated events or held gatherings in its lower level. We've held neighborhood association events and village-wide gatherings. It truly brings us together. This land over the years was the desire of many developers. Commercial, mixed use, multifamily, this strip of land along a heavily traveled highway was in high demand. Yet, like so many issues that have come before us over the years, villagers joined together and persevered. In 1997, the rundown billboard was torn down and this wonderful building was completed. Today, on the same parcel of land, we unveil another symbol of our pride, our history, and our community. The first Grantwood Village flag will soon fly over our town hall and throughout our village. We hope this flag and ceremony today serves not only as a beginning to our 75th anniversary, but also as a reminder of our past and our commitment to our future. Let it also remind us of our commitment and service to each other, and most importantly, to making Grantwood even better. In addition to our residents, we have several special guests here today, and I would like to just take a moment to recognize them. We have our County Councilman, Pat Dolan. Pat, you want to stand up? We also have a state representative from the 85th, whose district we may or may not be in, Gloria Brown. Wednesday, and we extend our sympathies to his wife and family. To say we are proud to have the historic site in Grantwood is an understatement. The efforts of Superintendent Good and a dedicated, hardworking group of National Park Service employees and volunteers not only preserves the history of the Dent and Grant families, but also allows the public access and insight into the lives of one of our greatest generals and 18th President and his First Lady. Please join me in welcoming Tim Good, Superintendent of the Ulysses S. Grant National Historic Site.
But I especially want to thank the leadership and the residents of Grantwood Village. There's 396 units in the National Park Service. And I can tell you, with speaking with other superintendents, many of them face some immense challenges with their local community. And I can say I face none. I truly believe the relationship that the National Park Service has here with Grantwood Village should be a model for all the National Park Service sites in the country, and that's because of the leadership of Grantwood Village and the residents of this community. So I do thank you for all the support you've done. Kathy mentioned the historic significance of the places here in Grantwood Village. And the 2.5 years I've been here, I have just been continually impressed with the history of this community. I mean, consider this. Less than 50 communities in the United States can claim the home of an American. And when you drill into it even further, it becomes even more amazing, because the brewing family you have within your boundaries was not just one of the greatest, but was the best. Some of you may have had an opportunity to watch the Ken Burns special on Prohibition that aired recently. I was truly shocked at how much work it required on the Bush family to have the company survive Prohibition. Almost all the other brewing companies, when Prohibition began, the owners simply said, "We quit," they shut their doors, they let their employees go, and they walked away. All of them except the Bush family. August Bush Sr. committed to his employees. He was going to do everything he possibly could to keep them employed. They started making truck bodies, ice cream, baker's yeast, anything he possibly could to keep his employees employed. And in all that, he succeeded, while living right here in Grant's farm here in Grantwood Village. And in 1933, when Prohibition ended, Anheuser-Busch was perfectly positioned to rise to the top as the best brewing company in the United States. And when you consider Ulysses S. Grant, he's unquestionably the best general of the American Civil War. But I had an opportunity to correspond with General Petraeus, and Grant is not only considered the best general of the Civil War, but one of the best generals in American history. And before Petraeus started the surge in Iraq, of all the American officers he had to choose from to quote, Patton, Bradley, he chose Grant. It was Grant's quote that he chose to signify what he planned to do with the surge. And that tells you how much he is respected in West Point and among the American officer corps in the United States. I've also discovered as the years have gone on, especially recently, more and more American historians are stepping forward and describing Ulysses S. Grant as one of our greatest presidents. They're starting to look at his dedication to country, dedication to duty, and seeing him in a far different light than he has in the past. And Grantwood Village can claim both the Bush family and Grant as one of their own. Now today we will be raising a flag, and I can tell you that Ulysses S. Grant would fully appreciate the vital importance of a flag. During the American Civil War, for those men in blue, for them to know where their regiment had been, where it was, and where it was headed in the field of battle, the place they would look is their regimental flag and the flag of the United States. For the commanding generals behind the scenes, it was the same thing. They had to know what was occurring on the field of battle, and when the smoke, the haze, and the fog, they would look at those regimental flags, and then look at the flag of the United States. And so today, when we raise this new flag here, this flag will fly not only over the town hall here, but it'll also fly over a place called Grant's Farm and the home of the 18th President of the United States. And to me, when I raise this flag, probably Monday this week, over our historic site, it's going to represent three things. First of all, the immense historic significance of the history of Grantwood Village. Secondly, the commitment I have seen from the leadership and the residents of this village to preserve that history. When the National Park Service came out on their report on Grant's Farm, the first municipality to hold a public meeting was Grantwood Village. Of the public meetings held, the one that was attended the best, by far, was the one in Grantwood Village. And of the resolutions passed concerning the future of Grant's Farm, the first one that was passed was the one from Grantwood Village. This, to me, signifies the immense commitment of this leadership and the village to the preservation of these sites. And finally, I will also look at this flag as an indication for the future. For this village, preserving these sites, not just for the people of today, but most importantly, for those Americans yet to come. Thank you.